Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. My name is Dane. While we're stuck here in quarantine and isolation for a little bit, I figured I'd share a few games with you. I'm not much of a typical board gamer myself, but I do like to play games, and I like to play a lot of games with my children. And this one we had on the table, so I really just want to go over how to play it. I'm not going to go over much of strategy. There may be rules I missed, there may be things that I missed, but hopefully it's an informative video and helps you play games a lot quicker and not have to read as many rules. It's probably the worst part of any game is trying to read the rules. So today I've got this game. It's called Quest for Gold, and we picked it up at Target for like $10 just the other day. My kids actually really love it. It's a fairly simplistic game, but let's go ahead and check it out inside here. It does have the rule book. It's pretty straightforward. It's not a very big rule book. The board here folds out into four. It's four sections there. You've got a little plastic insert that comes on the side, sticks there. You got a deck of cards, and we have some tokens and a little character here. This is our treasure seeker, and then we've got some tokens. The gameplay is fairly simple. Everybody's going to get 5 cards. The cards, there are some specialty cards. They explain what they do on the card. For the most part, what we're doing is traveling on this map. You're moving this character. Everybody moves the same guy, and you're going to move east, north, south, west, based on the card that you receive, or the card that you choose to use. Everybody's going to get the 5 cards. Then you're able to use up to 3 cards on your turn to move your character. When you move your character, he's going to uncover some treasure. The treasure tokens here are 3 different categories. We have treasure chests, rocks, and palm trees. All right, so this guy's just trying to find his treasure. You're going to have the palm trees on top of the rock, and the rock on top of the treasure chest. So you'll be stacked 3 deep on every place on the board. Then your character, who starts right in the center, he's going to move based on the cards that you play. When you move him to a new spot on the board, you'll uncover what's underneath and put it over in your treasure box. And you will try to keep that for your turn for those 3 cards. So we could move him there. The next one. And then once he gets down to the treasure chest, you need a key to open that. The keys are sometimes other tokens in the box. There are some keys that are underneath some of these. So you need a key to open up that bottom treasure. Or there are some cards that are keys as well. And so you could use one of those. Using 3 cards out of your hand, it's really 3 directional cards or 3 card movement cards. You can use... you could use 3 movement cards and a key if you needed to. There are, like I said, some specialty cards that have you move any direction you want, move 2 spaces in any direction, or take two of the treasures from the spot that you're on. The biggest thing, though, is you don't want to run into this thing with kind of like a tornado. The game calls it Exis. This is what you're trying to avoid. If you get one of these on your turn, you lose what's here in your treasure chest. Doesn't make you lose everything that you've collected on previous turns. It just makes you lose what you've collected on the treasure chest. All these Exis tiles are rocks, but not every rock is Exis, right? Once you get 4 of these collectively around the table, once you've gotten 4 of these, the game ends. So when you get these, they're going to stay over here in this rock insert here. 4 of them, game ends, and you add up your points. You've got single points for money bags. For any kind of golden treasure that you find is 3 points, and that's it. You're just going to add up how many points you got by the end of the game. Fairly simple, straightforward game. Takes about 15 to 20 minutes when you're playing it with kids. I play it with a 6-year-old and a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old, 7, 6, and 5. And they seem to enjoy it. It goes pretty quickly. I don't hate it. It's not the most fun game I've ever played, but certainly it's for a quick, easy game while you're stuck in isolation. It's pretty good. The board, the game maker Wonder Forge, they suggest 5+ on the game. It's a 2 to 4 player game, and like I said, it takes about 20 minutes. Fairly simple, fairly easy game, easy to set up, easy to clean up. There are obviously some additional instructions or rules, but for the most part, that's how to play the game. Everybody gets 5 of these cards. You get your 5 cards. You play up to 3 of them. Refill your hand. At the end of each hand, you'll refill it up to the 5 cards. That's it. Hopefully, you guys get some fun out of this game. Like I said, we picked it up at Target. I think it was $10 or something like that. Fairly inexpensive game. Fun to play, easy to enjoy, and stacks well. My biggest qualm really or issue with the game is that the box is probably 2 times bigger than it needs to be. Other than that, great game, fun for the kids. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be trying to hit us up with as many of these quick game rules as possible, just some quick and dirty versions of the games, so that you can play some games with your family while you're in isolation. Like I said, I'm not a gamer. I'm not an expert in anything. I'm sure I missed some rules. I'm sure I'm going to get some things wrong. People will correct me in the comments. Please do so. If you've got some house rules or different rules that you do with your children or just with your family, maybe you want to make it harder, maybe you want to make it easier, feel free to share those in the comments so that everybody knows kind of what you do to mix it up in your home. My family, there's 8 of us. I've got 6 children. And so we oftentimes try to gear our games towards younger children. My oldest is 7. So 6 kids under 7. As you can imagine, it's quite hectic here, but we try to keep the games fairly simple without ruining the gameplay. And while I can still enjoy it, my wife can still enjoy playing the games. So leave your comments below, like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.